over the past several years, it's come into fashion, especially in the celebratory atmosphere of a New Year's Eve event, for the modern era's answer to people of the cloth to climb up out of their cups long enough to look bleary-eyed at the camera and tell you what they really think, often to hilarious effect. Television host Andy Cohen is giving Anderson Cooper and the American public at large quite the earful about what a loser the now former New York Mayor Bill de Blasio has been, with a salute and a sayonara, sucker! I don't know if Anderson Cooper quite knew what to do with him. I mean, he was toasted. And he roasted the jackbooted commie mayor in leaving in high and hilarious fashion. Now, there's nothing I love better than watching someone, especially someone famous, making a fool out of themselves on public television. Comedian Dulce Sloan did much the same thing. I don't know if you saw this with Don Lemon when she went on a brief but delightful rant about her resolution for 2022 being no more broke dicks, or in other words, no more men or women with penises, I don't know how that works, in her life who can't also provide her a trip to the Bahamas for her trouble. Now, I don't want to suggest that a lady who looks suspiciously like Lizzo's stunt double shouldn't have the right to be picky about whom she allows to go down with the ship, so to speak. But as was the case with Anderson Cooper, it was kind of fun to see Don Lemon squirm from a safe distance. But my real question here is, when did it become popular even, for supposedly credible journalists to be drunk on live television? I mean, I've done it, but I'm not credible. When exactly did we cross over into a world where that's just what happens? The selective nature of cancel culture puzzles me all the time, folks. And the irony of this particular situation, in the case of Andy Cohen, is that he was ranting against the grain of normally sanctioned political thought by doing everything short of giving the middle finger to one of the lefty elites. Now, my guess is if all the useful totalitarian juice hadn't already been squeezed out of the guy, Cohen would find himself in more trouble than he's likely to see from this particular situation. And look, I know what some of you are yelling in your living rooms right now. They're saying, Chad, haven't you been guilty of knocking a few back in the process of being on live television before? Absolutely, plenty of times. Listen, I'll do it again. The drawer of my desk contains two things. I keep one loaded and the other keeps me loaded. But I, as you may or may not be aware, I am not a respected journalist. So just ask any of the naysayers who drag their knuckles across the surface of my Facebook comment section. I'm an entertainer. Hell, I don't even care that these people get drunk on live television. I don't care. It adds the entertainment value to my life to laugh at them and then come on this show to talk to you about them. But I do think it's worth maybe giving a little bit of thought about considering that the decompartmentalizing of social norms is part of, well, you guessed it, the ultimate drive to subvert the dominant paradigm. You've heard me say it over and over again. Pushing the envelope is more harmful in some areas than in others. But assuming that these situations are not separate claws on the same tiger could be a little dangerous. Now, on the upside, you won't have to explain the term broke dick to your kids anymore, so you can check that one off the list. How about you, Sarah? Any broke dicks in your life?
Odd segue, Chad. Odd segue, Chad Prather. No, there is one, and it is working.
It works, okay.
It is working.
And he's not broke.
No.
It's not. So, anyway. I enjoyed that little repartee between Don Lemon and Dulce about, or however she says her name.
I would love to know how she feels about feminism.
Well, yeah, I mean, I mean, imagine being a woman in the 21st century that needs a man to not only satisfy you but to take care of you.
That's what
I
I'm saying.
can't imagine. There's just the shock and horror.
Can't you take care of yourself?
Yeah.
Aren't you an independent woman? Just saying. I made him
cough break.
Sorry.
It's
COVID.
all good. I love watching the meltdowns. I love watching this stuff. But these people, they get hammered on these New Year's Eve.
It is really funny. I didn't even plan this, but I am wearing
Stu's Power Hour
Hour shirt.
Yeah.
Which is very appropriate for this conversation.